Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. As I'm recording this, Liverpool have just beaten Norwich City by 1-0 thanks to the super sub Sadio Mane, who yet again scores a very important Liverpool goal. And that puts us 25 points clear of City, who now have a game in hand. We're usually the ones with the games in hand because of all the competitions we've been playing in. But yeah, so Liverpool are now pretty clear of the Premier League. City's game in hand being West Ham, which was rescheduled because of a storm. So the game in general for Liverpool was quite frustrating. Norwich defended very well for most parts of the game, and Liverpool's sort of attack never really clicked really. Some very frustrating parts of people's game were a bit off today, but it's the result at the end which really matters. So yeah, the goal came from a lovely pass from Jordan Henderson and slotted home by Sadio Mane. There was doubts of VAR calling it off from a mini shove from Mane, but there was nothing really in it. It's a contact sport, there's going to be arms going into people. It wasn't exactly a push, and it didn't even look like he put any force onto it. I think the Norwich player just misjudged the flight of the ball more than anything. I guess Martin Tyler would have loved that to be disallowed, but he's probably hating this season right now, since he really hates Liverpool. So enough of Martin Tyler. So I'd like to talk about the player ratings really. So we'll start with Alisson. Alisson, probably, it's hard. I'd probably give him a 9. He only made really one diving save, the rest of them catches, which we take for granted now because we have a goalkeeper who can actually catch the ball. He made one save which was remarkable, his positioning, rushing out to the Norwich forward, who then passed it towards another Norwich forward, and he managed to just scoop it away. And it was just remarkable goalkeeping, and that's what we've paid our money for. I'd argue he may even be man of the match just from that moment, because if that moment went in, the game would have gone completely different. He also made a lot of good passes and good throws when he did have the ball, which helped set up a few attacks. So yeah, I'm going to give him a 9. I think I give him a 9. Did I give him an 8? He's got a 9 now anyway. Trent, he had a pretty average game, to be honest. He did put in a few decent crosses, one which was smashed across goal near the end where Firmino just couldn't convert it with his weak foot. I'm going to give him a 6. His defensive part of his game was solid. I didn't really see anyone get past him really. Yeah, it's still a myth how fans think he can't defend. Like, you don't have to be the like a Maldini right back. The modern day fullback bombs forward anyway, if you're an attacking team anyway who wants to play good football. So so Trent gets a 6 for me. Van Dijk, probably I'd say the second best player on the pitch. We never seem to see sort of him do these amazing sort of last ditch challenges or anything like that. Just his presence, his positioning, just all the aspects of the game just comes to him so naturally. The way he's always there to head away crosses. Back in the sort of before Van Dijk days, and I think any Liverpool fan would agree, if a cross came into the box, you're like, oh my god, like biting your nails and hoping it gets cleared. But with Van Dijk, you just know the ball's going to get cleared regardless. I'm going to give him an 8. He was solid yet again, and he's probably got 8s in every single match this season. He's been so consistent, and I've not looked at the Player of the Year nominees, but he's got to be up there. If not, then I don't know what he has to do. He should have won the Ballon d'Or anyway, so yeah, hopefully he can win Player of the Year. He's been probably that good, to be honest. And then we move on to Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez again had a pretty decent game. I can't remember Norwich really getting at him much, really. So I'd have to give him a real 7. He managed to his passing was pretty good. I don't think he misplaced a pass actually, which in these sort of games where every single player's pushed forward going for a goal, you need 2 centre backs who know how to play the ball out. And Gomez and Van Dijk did that to a T, so I'd give him a 7. And Andrew Robertson, again, I think it's the same as Trent, really. He did more defensive work than Trent. I'm surprised maybe it wasn't the other way around. I'm surprised he didn't start Buendia, because he was amazing when he came on. He really caused us a few issues, especially with that 1-2 he did where he nearly played Pucky through, but Van Dijk managed to get back in time and force a shot. Yeah, so I'm going to give Robertson a 6. Like, 6 isn't bad. It's sort of my standard of ratings. It's hard to give him a rating, but if it was a rating undefended, I'd probably give him like an 8. But going forward, I didn't really see much. With Liverpool as well, with the corners we were doing, it was really, really odd. We was having someone take the corner, roll it to Robertson, and he hits it first time into the box. I find that a bit strange. Maybe Robertson prefers to hit a moving ball rather than a sort of dead ball. I don't know really, but yeah, so Robertson will get a 6. And then we have Jordan Henderson in the midfield. He did get the assist for the game. I did feel Norwich did get past him a few times quite easily as well. All it really took was a few body feints or sort of looking like you're going to pass and don't really sort of brought him out of the game. But that's where he isn't naturally a holding midfielder. That's more Fabinho, which he did come on later on, and Henderson went into a more further role. I actually prefer him in that more further role. I feel his positioning sense of a sort of attacking midfielder, I guess. The two sort of other centre mids with a holding are basically attacking midfielders, the way we played this game. He found some decent passes out wide, and he was pretty solid. I'd probably give him a 7. Yeah, he does get a lot of stick from Liverpool fans, but he's a captain. He's helping drive this team forward. And yeah, there's not much really you can say more for Henderson. Then we have Gini Wijnaldum. There's this amazing piece of play. You may not remember it, but Firmino received the ball from Ronaldo, and then Firmino did like a scooped pass to Wijnaldum, sort of nearly taking a Norwich centre back out of the game. But Then Wijnaldum with a step over and trying to push through, but he managed to get a foot to it. That was some amazing piece of play. So for Henderson, Wijnaldum, I'd probably give him a 6 as well. Wijnaldum is, you get what you get. I can't speak now. You get what you're given. He puts in a 6 or 7 performance every game. Occasionally gets an odd goal, but he's an important part of our midfield press. So yeah, I'd probably give him a, same as Henderson, a 7 maybe. Maybe that's doing discredit to Henderson, but I'd say a weaker 7. I'll give Henderson a stronger 7. Naby Keita, he was very poor at passing today. I don't know if it's to do with the wind, but all of his passes just seem to be, just the weight of them were never enough. But he did track back a few times and he did some amazing defensive work. So I'm struggling to find a rating for Keita. I think he was probably maybe a worse attacking player, but if I rate him with defending, I might average him around maybe a 5. I'd say is sort of probable, because his role in that midfield role is, again, to drive the ball forward and play passes forward, and his passing was really off today. But that's probably one bad performance in 5, because the previous games he's played, he's been phenomenal. And then we move on to our front three. So we'll start with Mo Salah, who he doesn't score as much goals as people would expect him to do. But I think he's developed a new style this season. Like, the way he sort of gets close to a defender. You see it especially on throw-ins. He'll sort of use his body to shield from the defender, receive the ball, twist and turn, and look for a pass or shoot. I feel his decision making at times was quite badly. Like, he should have passed and then he's turned for a shot, and he's mainly done the wrong decision at the wrong moment. It's easy to say that for any fan, but when you're on the field it's different. I'll probably give him a 6 maybe. Yeah, and Firmino, I'd probably give him a 7. He was very involved in the game. He nearly scored a beautiful goal where he somehow controlled the ball mid-air, turned around and then went to volley it, but the Norwich defender got there first. That was some amazing turn. If he scored that, it'd probably be up there with one of the goals of the season, I think, just from the technical ability needed to produce that goal. So yeah, I'd give him a 7. And also the passing he was doing was very good, and obviously the scoop turned pass to Wijnaldum, that was amazing. I only wish we scored that. That would have been something. And next we have Chamberlain, who he pressed very, very well. I noticed on 9-10 occasions where we'd play a pass and he was never going to get to it, but he still ran, pressed, and most times he's won the ball back, or he's forced them to put it out for a throw into Liverpool, which is how Klopp likes to play, with the high press. So I'd probably give him a 6. Yeah, I'm giving a lot of 6s today because it was just sort of a standard performance in general. And if we move to the subs, Fabinho, again, I'd probably give a 6. He had he had some good passing range when he came on. made a few decent challenges, and yeah, I'm surprised he didn't start, to be honest, but we have that many midfielders. It's it's getting harder to predict who's going to start in midfield now. Keita's sort of back. But yeah, Fabinho, I'll give him a 6. I can't give him a 7 because it's the same as probably Henderson, who arguably had a better game. I'd probably give players 1 or 2 less in those player ratings, but it was a pretty standard performance. And then James Milner, I can't really give him a rating. He was on for a few minutes. Usually when he comes on, he gives one of them sort of takes one for the team tackles when they get past the midfield. He gets booked a lot for a player who never really starts, and he just brings down players when he comes on. I'm actually interested to see how many yellow cards he has. But yeah, he does amazing jobs near the end of games. James Milner, I can't give him a rating, like I said, because he came on for a couple of minutes. And then we have Sadio Mane, the guy who scored the goal, and has probably been our best player this season. Could argue Van Dijk as well. I'd have to give him I'll give him an 8. Simply, well, he got the winning goal. I can't give him any less than a 8, I think. Or else he goes into sort of the category where I've rated players, 7. Some who may not deserve a 7, but yeah, I'd give him an 8. Works hard, scores goals, left foot, right foot, head. He's an amazing player, and we get a lot of comparisons between Mane and Salah. Let's just be honest, enjoy them both, because we've probably haven't had 2 wingers like this, maybe in the Premier League era, I think. Both score a lot of goals, both create a lot of chances. Remember back in the days when you lived through the sort of Liverpool banter era with Stuart Downing on the wing, and occasionally Joe Cole would play on the wing, or someone like I forgot his name, but it was one of the wingers under Roy Hodgson. Yeah, we don't want to remember them days. We're taking for granted Mane and Salah, and some fans are just comparing them both. But let's just be honest, enjoy them both, because I don't know if we'll get 2 wingers as good as this anytime soon when they eventually leave or retire or whatever. So yeah, what position does this leave Liverpool in? So we need 5 more wins to win the title, which is just insane. Winning the title, in March? It's unprecedented, really. No one's ever done it. That's sort of the record people are saying we should aim for. Obviously, we're still unbeaten. And yeah, so 5 more wins, where does that leave us? Well, if we do win 5 games, which I'm not saying we will, we may draw a game eventually. I'm not trying to jinx us. I am touching wood, so hopefully there isn't a chance of us getting a draw. I want us to win every game. But next is Bournemouth in the league. Oh, not Bournemouth, sorry. I don't know where I'm looking. West Ham, which was we played them recently, didn't we, from a reschedule from the Club World Cup at home as well. See, I'd expect us to win our remaining home games in the Premier League. the away games can be a little harder. So if we win West Ham, Watford, Bournemouth, them, not gonna say because YouTube will probably demonetize this video in the future. And then the 5th game is Crystal Palace. What is going to be weird if hypothetical obviously, if we win our next 5 games, City win their next 5 games, City give us a guard of honour, which it couldn't be more sort of written in the stars, could it? Liverpool winning the title, especially at the Etihad as well. Well, not winning it there, but giving a guard of honour away from home. The fans are going to boo us, but they don't have any fans, so yeah. So that's sort of the position Liverpool are in. That's sort of my game review. Like I said, it's just my opinion. You may think differently, but at the end of the day, I think we all agree and are happy Liverpool won this match. So yeah, please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.